Hello everyone, I am Kaiju Cooper, and today we're going to be reviewing Sandstorm and Predacon Terrorsaur. And these are both redecos and part of the Transformers Legacy toy line, brand new toy line. But before we take a look at these two beautiful figures, we're going to take a look at each of their respective boxes. So I guess we'll start off with Sandstorm here, and let me adjust the camera. And it is a pretty nice box. You get some nice artwork here of him in his Scorpion mode. Nice Transformers Legacy logo right there. Let me see if we can get the camera to focus. And Predacon Sandstorm there on the side of the box. Deluxe class figure, nice Transformers logo. And because this is Wave 1 release, you still get that nice plastic window. This isn't the cardboard free packaging, so that's pretty cool. And you get artwork of Sandstorm himself on the side of the box here, and yeah, he is looking pretty sweet. I mean, just look at the art of that head sculpt. And now we take a look at the back, and you get some nice product shot. Voice crack. Holy, that was a bad one. My bad. Predacon Sandstorm here. Product shots. You get a nice look at the robot mode and the Scorpion mode, and you get Predacon Sandstorm on the side, Transformers logo up here, and the Transformers Legacy Wave 1 art on the side. And here is the box for Terrorsaur. As you can see, you get some nice buzzworthy Bumblebee logos. It's just one logo. I don't know why I said logos, plural, but whatever. It's a very yellow box, and this is the cardboard free packaging. Once again, you get the 8 and up symbol there, Autobot logo, RC, Mirage, Cyberverse, Optimus Prime, and a big, delicious, beautiful render of Bumblebee's face and his lips. Top of the box is kind of weird. It's slanted a little bit, and so, you know, it's Transformers Legacy, I guess, and the logo's in this black and yellow color scheme. Obviously, this one's better. And you get some nice product shots of evil Predacon Terrorsaur. And that's it for both of these beautiful boxes. Oh, right. Actually, there is this artwork of Terrorsaur. Looks really, really good. That is it for both of these beautiful boxes. Now, on to the figures. And once again, we're going to start with Sandstorm here. He is part of Wave 1. Wave 1 had some interesting figures. I think it had one of the parts of Motormaster. Not Motormaster, Bruticus, whatever. And RC, and then a couple repaints, and this guy was one of them. Nice alternate head sculpt, though. That is very nice. This is more toy-accurate head. Also, I've been making customs lately, so sorry for the paint in my fingernails and in my hands. But yeah, get that really nice toy-accurate head. And his whole color scheme is sort of this sandy scorpion, I guess, desert scorponok, if you want to say. You know, kibble management on this guy's pretty good, aside from the tail, which, from what I can tell, is pretty accurate. There's just these legs, but they're mostly tucked away, so it's not that big of a deal. And once again, really nice head sculpt. I prefer this much more over the normal Scorponok head sculpt. And as for accessories, we're going to come to the claws here and just crack them open. And on this side, you get a Cy-B. Cy is for cyber, but, you know, pretty tiny guy. Oh, it's not camera focus, please. Pretty tiny guy. Lots of detail on him. Very nicely sculpted. Get some painted wings and silvery eyes here. Really like that. And he's got a big peg sticking out of his cheeks, and that lets him plug into here. So that's pretty nice. And if you have other Transformers Legacy figures, actually, we'll do that on the second side. This side, you just get some missiles here. Camera just does not want to focus. You get some missiles here, pretty basic, but I do like them more than the B. These also shoot out There we go. And other figures can hold these. They're 5mm pegs. So yeah. From what I understand, on the original toy, the bee was actually the top part of the claw itself. So you'd launch the upper part of the claw and it'd transform into a bee when you launch it. And now, if you take out either accessory, you can take the claw, and if you have a weapon with a peg on the back of it, it can plug in. Not always that well, like this one. This is Tarantulas' saw, but he can kind of hold it, I guess. But yeah, personally, you can't. You can just not put either of the weapons in there, and I do like this look a little bit better. Wow, my camera's just messed up today. I do like this look a little bit better. It does look cleaner, and you know, when you open the claw, it doesn't look as ugly. But you know, I don't want to lose either of these tiny little pieces, so I just keep them stored in here. Also, right, the missiles are hollowed out, sadly. But I guess that was so they could have the bee. So, you know, whatever. As for articulation on this tiny little guy here, you get a ball joint at the head. He can look side to side, no down movement because of his giant tumor head, but he can look up real far. And it also comes off pretty easily. I'm pretty sure that's intentional though, because there was another release of this figure that came with this head in different colors, and it had another head, so it was swappable. Anyway, you can move the arms pretty much any way you want. Very standard articulation, except for the claws here. I really like the hinges at the claws. Nice touch there. You get a swivel here, although it is limited because of his big old booty. He can kick about that far. You get a swivel there. The knee can bend a lot. And you get a really nice ankle there. And both of the feet can move down, but I guess this one technically is the one that has a toe bend, if you really want to count that. And yeah, oh right, the tail, you get a hinge joint here, so that is pretty sweet. And now on to the beast mode. Come on, Sandstorm. And here we have the Scorpion mode, and I gotta say, oh, it does look pretty good. And I really do like the colors here. It definitely sells the Desert Scorpion, although I did think one part that was a little weird is that they painted the head. You know, the head was already molded in the correct color plastic. So yeah, some really nice cherry red eyes there. The arms are the exact same, although you do get a nice look at a Predacon symbol there. And he's got these legs, which I gotta be honest, I don't really like these legs. The first one is on a ball joint, and that's a nicely placed ball joint. Second one is two legs, and it's really, really weird. And the third one is at the base of the leg, which just makes posing kind of awkward. Anyway, you still get those claws here with the silly little stuff in them, and the tail is also here, but, you know, there's not much you can really do with the tail here because of this. Yeah, gotta be my biggest problem with the figure is the kibble. It's cancer. Look at it. It's horrible. Oh, boy. He's dead. Someone squished him up. It's just a really weird mode for him, and I don't really like how the robot transforms, because, you know, it really doesn't transform that well. And I'm 100% sure I have this guy at least a little bit mistransformed in some way, but, you know, it looks fine from most angles, such as this one, the side, kind of the side. The back, you get a little bit of a robo-cyborg scorpion tail, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, articulation. The arms are definitely the most posable part. You get a lot of articulation here still, but the maneuverability isn't that good, because this is pretty much all you can do in terms of swivel. And the tail still just has the one pathetic little hinge joint and a ball jointed tip. And yeah, that's pretty much it here. So yeah, I mean, there is a hinge joint at the head if you want to move it down, but because of these little tabs, it makes sure it stays plugged in there. But like I said, lots of nice painting. I love the color scheme here with the purple and the orange and the sandy color. So yeah, on to Terrorsaur. And here we have Terrorsaur, and this is the only version of Terrorsaur I have. I don't have the Kingdom version. And this is the Kingdom figure, but just in the toy colors. And I gotta say, it looks a lot better than that initial Kingdom release. Just the colors here, especially this nice green spotted stripe down the chest, it looks so good! And yeah, I really like the way this nice apple red clashes with this deep blue. Looks really nice. I like the blue on the hands, and the helmet looks really good, and the green eyes in there also look really good, and the white face contrasts everything really nicely. His gun I don't like though. It's just a red, fully red blaster, same color as his body, which means it also really isn't that compatible with other figures. So yeah, he's got some pretty weak little feet. Like, the ball joints themselves are weak. Like, I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, now you want to stand? You piece of poo... Oh, yeah. He's also very back heavy, so... Oof. He's just got a dinosaur stuck to his back, and it looks horrible. I mean, look at this. It's disgusting. I don't appreciate this. Yeah, it's very bulky, that's for sure. Although, I guess if you... Oh, that's another problem. These parts pop off too easy. Way too easy. You can spread them, and that does look pretty cool, but it's not what you're supposed to do.
And you gotta follow the rules whenever you transform your Transformers.
Anyway, you get a few black accents here, and yeah, they work pretty well. Once again, I really love the figure. The feet are kind of stupid, though. Like, these are supposed to be the pterodactyl feet. They don't look like pterodactyl feet at all. So, yeah, his crotch flap moves. You can see his scrotum, the enemy scrotum, if you get that reference. Funny. And, you know, it really doesn't do anything because the kick isn't inhibited by it, so... Actually, it makes it Excuse me, I sneezed. It's very dusty in my new studio up here. Anyway, crotch flap actually inhibits the kick. So yeah, I don't even know why the crotch flap is there, except for weirdos. Ew. Also, out of the box, these come separately for some reason. You know, kind of weird. And you just... Whatever. Really like the head sculpt here. Very expressive. Looks like Terrorsaur if he put powder all over his face, or if he got drenched in a certain sticky liquid. Anyway, we take the gun here, and you'll notice there are some tabs here on the sides, and this just plugs right onto his red cherry delicious thigh, if I do say so myself. You gotta have the wings in, like, proper position. He's also got a booty flap, for some reason. Once again, it doesn't inhibit anything. It doesn't, you don't even need that for, like, unless I'm just mistransformed and it's supposed to be like this. It might, that might actually be it. Alright. Let me know in the comments. Please engage with my video. YouTube doesn't like it when you don't leave a comment. And this just plugs into here, and I notice that the thighs aren't as glossy. Same with the upper arm here. But yeah, you can plug the gun into there, and he can actually reach down and grab it. Oh, he just quick drawed it and broke his wing. Quick drew? No, I'm pretty sure it's quick drawed, right? I don't know. Anyway, you bring the wing out, and in pterodactyl mode, which I'll review that part in a second. You get this tiny little tab here, and it does plug into there. And bringing the box back for a second, if I can. Oh, I sent that thing off the table. Hold on. You can see on the box art here, he has it plugged under his right chest flap. I don't know, he's also got pipes on his wings for some reason. Looks kind of cursed. I mean, look at that face. Would you lend that guy $50? But yeah, once again, I really like the color scheme here. Although one accessory I wish he still came with was the golden disc, because the first Terrorsaur came with one of those, and I would really like one of those. Then again, I'm pretty sure one comes with the Arc. Ooh. So yeah, this is Terrorsaur here. Pretty nifty guy. Now for the pterodactyl mode. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna take your gun so it's easier for you to, do your thing. Go on. And here we have the pterodactyl mode, and it does look pretty good. Although there is a lot of junk in the trunk here. Just looking at the underside, and you'll see a crouched robot. I mean, it's really mangled up. It's just like a big box of parts. It looks really awkward. But from a top-down angle, it looks pretty good. You can stretch the wings all the way out. They do tab in here, which is pretty nice. And here are those weird tube structure things in his arms that the packaging had. And yeah, I'd say probably my least favorite thing about this figure is the fact that the beak is unpainted, and it looks really weird. They did paint his teeth though, so that's pretty nice. They even gave him those little bottom jaw fangs at the end there, and he's got all the sculpted in. Like I said, the dinosaur feet are really weird. They don't really look like dinosaur feet. They just look like robot claws. So that's pretty weird. You do get a little bit of that blue left here on the dinosaur legs. Tiny little dinosaur legs. And you get more of that delicious green pattern, although I don't think it works as well in this mode. Lots of nice sculpted detail, but not all of it is painted. Most of that color variation was saved for the robot mode. Not only that, but the green is paint chipping a little bit. As you can see, mine has a Harry Potter lightning strike on its head. And you do get some nice yellow eyes there. So, yeah, pretty cool. I do like them. You still get that butt flap. And now the crotch flap is turned the other way. I guess if you want, you could do this. That... That looks pretty awkward. Oh, right, I forgot. I did take these off, which is optional, but I just didn't want them to get broken. But I guess I'll put them back in now that I've fully transformed them. They kind of just stick into there. Oh. They kind of just stick into there, and yeah. Pretty good looking. Now that we've got that there, you can also plug the gun in, like it says you should on the box. And, oh my goodness. I don't have any blast effects right now, but all these guns and stuff have been blast effect compatible. And, alright. I guess not. Oh, that was the wrong port. I'm such a silly guy. I'm such a goofball. I'm such an idiot. There, you can get the gun. Really doesn't work as well as I thought it would, though. Pretty rough looking. And that is the pterodactyl mode. Oh, I forgot to do size comparisons. Alright, I'm not doing another stop motion transformation though. But here are both of the boys side by side in their beast modes. Don't know why it took me so long to say beast, but there they are. And they are pretty funky looking, but I love them. Now on to the size comparisons. And for the first size comparison here, you can clearly see that Terrorsaur is way taller than Scorponok by, a pretty sizable amount. It's kind of weird. Anyway, here they are next to Transformers Legacy Tarantulas, which is an actual new figure and not just a repaint or retool. Here they are next to Funko Pop Mechagodzilla. And here is Transformers Kingdom Rhinox. So, yeah. Pretty cool. And here they are next to Transformers Legacy Nemesis Prime. Scourge, whatever you want to call him. As you can see, he towers over them. Pretty cool, pretty snazzy, pretty jazzy. Jazz from Transformers the movie 2007. Here they are next to a tiny little Optimus Prime figure. And here they are next to another tiny Optimus Prime figure. Pretty tiny Optimus Prime figures, am I right? You can get them at Dollar Tree. Pretty cool little figures. So, both these figures are pretty good. I rate this one a solid 6 out of 10. This one, solid 7 out of 10. Really good figures. Main reason this one gets a 6 out of 10 is it can't balance that well. Okay. He can't really stand all that well. He has really weak ankle joints. And this is definitely going to take a toll on his knees over time. On top of that, I don't like Cherry Red Gun or this backpack, and his Terrorsaur mode has a lot of baggage. And it's pretty obvious. But here with Sandstorm here, actually I'm gonna bump it up to a 7.5 because this figure's just a lot of fun, especially with these clappy little claws. Although he is a pretty small figure, which it's a deluxe figure. This one's also a deluxe figure. Come on, step it up. Anyway, like I was saying, really fun figure to mess around with. Yes, it has some baggage, some junk in the trunk, if you will, but it is much more controlled compared to this. Plus, it all tucks away a lot nicer, and this big, giant thing at the top is actually pretty show accurate from what I remember. I mean, show accurate to Scorponok. Sandstorm wasn't in the show. But I digress. Pretty cool accessories stored here. And the claws, like I said, the claws are really fun. And while the alt mode is kind of messy at the bottom, most angles, it isn't like horrendously obvious that there's a giant curled up robot. So, out of the two, I like this one a little more. 7.5, 6. Really, really nice figures. I enjoy both of them a lot. I gotta recommend getting them if you don't have these molds already. But as for Terrorsaur, I'd say definitely get this guy, even if you have the original figure. Because even though I rated him a 6 out of 10, I gotta say the colors here are so good. I love them. Yeah, both these figures are pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. See, Terrorsaur's having some problems. Just stand up, freaking idiot.